Madison High School in Northeast Portland. Look closely and you'll see a man sitting in the back of a police SUV. You won't believe how he ended up here. It all started around 12:15 Wednesday afternoon near Southeast 151st and Stark. Authorities say a man was standing in the middle of traffic and yelling, maybe even throwing things at passing vehicles. Officers convinced him to go to the hospital for a mental health checkup. Not long after an AMR ambulance arrived on scene, the man somehow got behind the wheel and drove off, leaving behind the crew unharmed. We're told the man drove more than 3 miles to Southeast 82nd in Washington, where he crashed into at least 3 other cars. We caught up with one of those drivers.
I'm fine, not really. It was slow speed, just jumbled the cars up on the wet pavement.
Police eventually caught up with the runaway ambulance and used a special device to flatten its tires. The ambulance came to a stop in the parking lot of Madison High School, where the suspect was taken into custody.
It's our worst nightmare. I mean, regardless of what company we work for, EMS is a small community.
Sean Wood is clinical manager at Metro West Ambulance, not AMR, so he's in no way connected to what happened, though he says it's a reminder of the dangers ambulance crews face on a daily basis.
We respond and we have to be prepared for, how the patient is presenting. It could be just fine and it could be a pleasant transport and we get them the help they need, or it could be, a potentially dangerous situation.
Yeah, and speaking of dangerous situations, just last week, not far from OHSU, there was an ambulance sitting at a stoplight when officers say a man with a knife attacked one of the paramedics. Fortunately, that paramedic was okay, just like the 2 involved today.